I just passed the armory in Brantford, and there's a tank that I pass it all the time, and it's got a big white 5-pointed star on it. Apparently our old tanks and old military in America always had a big white star on everything, right? On our nukes, on our tanks, whatever. Well, guess what? As I was passing it, and I saw the white star again, I finally got the answer, maybe from the Holy Spirit, about what that dream I had years ago was about. Pay attention. The first major war that affected America on American soil was Japan and America. Remember, they bombed Pearl Harbor. The next one was with Iran. Okay, we're always dealing with Iran and the Muslims and that whole area in the Middle East over there. Desert Storm, and there's always been conflict between America and Middle East, right? But they tried to say that 9/11, even though a lot of us think it was an inside job, they said blame it on the, Islam and the terrorists, right? 9/11, okay, that was all. They're freezing my video again for no reason at all because I'm near a cell tower, and so that means I'm right. Every time I'm onto something, they try to freeze my video and discourage me from making videos. Kind of a warning that they're watching. I don't care. So like I was saying, the second missile in my dream, the first one was all white with a big red dot. That was Japan. It symbolized the conflict and the war on American soil with Japan. Pearl Harbor. The next one that affects the United States was all red with a white. They keep messing with my video. A yellow 5-pointed star over a yellow crescent moon. Okay, it's Iran's flag. That also affected here in the United States. The third missile was all black with a big white 5-pointed star on it. And then all of a sudden, the star multiplied into 50 white stars all over, or over 50 white stars all over the missile. So it was black with a ton of white 5-pointed stars like we have in the American flag. And now it just made sense to me. Finally, after 10 years of trying to figure out this dream, that black missile is America. I thought it might be Russia or China. No, it's America. And here's the problem. We will have another conflict that's going to involve America. And at first, it's just going to start off lightly again, where America is pulled into the conflict. Okay? However, when the star multiplied, it means, and I'm almost confident of this now, it means that it's going to be on American soil. All 50 states of America are going to be involved. Okay? This next one's going to be the mega war. It's going to involve America against the world, like a World War III, and America is going to be literally invaded. It's not going to just be one place like New York that gets attacked or Pearl Harbor. It's going to be everywhere. That missile symbolized all 50 states being involved. That's what I'm getting clearly today. I hope I'm wrong, but maybe it took over 10 years before I finally deciphered it, because I needed to know it didn't make sense. Maybe it wasn't time for the Lord to reveal that to me or not. But we are in trouble. That's what that dream meant. And it's going to start in the dream. The missiles flew over from the ocean, from the North Atlantic Ocean, inland on the East Coast here. I was down near the seawall. I work near the seawall, okay, every day in Madison. This was down near the seawall, and they flew overhead, and it was sometime in like summertime. It was either the beginning of summer, like Memorial Day, and we were having a big Memorial Day picnic with family, or it was Labor Day, the end of summer, big picnic party. But it was most definitely summertime, beautiful weather, down by the beach, huge family gathering, Everything was normal. Everybody was enjoying. It could have even been 4th of July, actually. It was that kind of a party where why else would a family gather with like all the cousins and everybody gathered for a big summer picnic in someone's yard, okay, down by the beach. So whatever's coming is going to come probably during the summer months. And it could be Memorial Day, 4th of July, or Labor Day, but one of those, somewhere around in between those. And it's coming from I don't know if we're actually going to be nuked from submarines from the water or whatever, but those 3 missiles flew overhead while I was standing out in the front yard of this house looking up. I saw the first one was all white, giant nuclear warhead with a big red dot on it, which is Japan. Isn't North Korea also kind of a white flag with a red dot? I don't know. But I know Japan is, definitely. The next one was all red with a red, all red with a yellow 5-point star over a yellow crescent moon, the devil horn moon. And then the third one was all black with a big white star on the side of it, and then all of a sudden it was covered with multiple white 5-pointed stars. So I'm confident now that the third missile hadn't happened yet, and that there was 2 parts of that dream, because when the stars multiplied, it meant it was going to have major impact, like a broad impact over the entire United States, and maybe multiple countries involved, or maybe multiple strikes. So whether we're invaded by Russia and China or attacked in every state by nukes, I don't know. Maybe it could be also civil unrest where there's just like a giant civil war and everybody's like fighting in every state. I don't know. But trouble's coming, and that's what that dream means, and I finally figured it out. I'm confident now that that's what that dream meant. And it took over 10 years to figure it out. And now I think I got it. I think I had the last piece of the puzzle. Maybe I just needed to see the world events and what was going on before I could actually figure it out. Or maybe it just wasn't the right time to understand, or for the God to explain it to me. So I know that dream was prophetic. I can remember it as clear as day, even though it was over 10 years ago. My dad was still alive when I had that dream. It had to have happened around 2010, 2011, or earlier. And so over 10 years. And so now I figured it out. So God help us, and God help America. Lord have mercy on us all.